come from? Did the big guy ever get his 10%? Did Hunter have to really fork over, as he claimed in his laptop, over 50% of his income to Pops? What about Joe Biden's taxes? What did they show? Did they show that Hunter was paying, nearly 50 grand a month to rent a room in Dad's house? And what about Nancy Pelosi? After decades in Washington in the swamp, she's one of the wealthiest people in America. Her family seems to make all the right trades on Wall Street at exactly the right time. What exactly is going on here? My next guest is vowing to put an end to insider trading, public corruption in the swamp in Washington, D.C., with a bill that he calls the Pelosi Act. Here with more, Missouri Senator Josh Hawley is with us. Senator, tell us about this bill.
Well, listen, Tony, you've laid it out perfectly, which is that when people send, or the voters send members of Congress to Washington, they expect them to do the people's business, not to be day trading on the stock market, not to be using the information that they get from briefings to go and make a quick buck on Wall Street. So here's what my bill does. It says no more trading of stocks by members of Congress. In fact, no more ownership of stocks by members of Congress. If you want to save, fine, put it in a mutual fund like most Americans do. But Nancy Pelosi is the perfect example of what should not be happening in D.C., which is people getting rich on the stock market off of information they know because they're a member of Congress.
And Pelosi, traded between $1 million and $5 million in stocks for semiconductors only days before Congress allocated $52 million to the industry. Am I right on that, Senator?
That's the report, Sean, and there's lots of reports like that with her family, and other members of Congress. I mean, this is a problem that has been going on for years, and she is just a perfect example of how rich people can get by using their information. Listen, insider trading is already illegal, and we're talking here about members of Congress, the briefings that they get, the information that we have from hearings. It's information that most Americans don't have because, of course, that's why they send us to Congress, is to do their business, not to turn that around and to get rich off of it. That's why I call it the Pelosi Act. We need to act right now.
The Nazi Act.
I don't like the idea of term limits because I would like to think we're a free society, but I think over time it's a bad idea, probably whose time has come, because people get entrenched in the swamp over time, and if people would just go serve and go home, I think they'd be more inclined to do the people's business. One of the issues that comes up whenever we talk about this is, whether or not you want to put money in a blind trust. I'm not sure if I even trust that, because somebody that they know is running the blind trust,
74 million of you,
and they could whisper in the ear of that person,
and I got 203 of you guys. We need more though.
Stuff.
So subscribe.
That to me would probably go on more often than we knew.
Sean, and this is one of the reasons why I personally, my wife and I, we've got all of our savings in mutual funds for that reason. Broad-based mutual funds. We don't have a trust. And the bill I've introduced is the toughest bill on ethics, on stock trading ethics that is out there. But I tell you what, if we can get a bill through the Congress with no blind trust, I'm for it, 100%. I don't use them. I don't think other members of Congress should, and I'd be happy to ban them.
All right, Senator, great bill. I hope it passes. Thank you for being with us. When we come back, the new Republican-led House, they are pushing forward with more investigations into